Alright, man, I want to tell y'all my dream of heaven and everything. My name Jamar from St. Louis. Alright, man, it was just so much activities, man. It was the longest dream I ever been in. I asked God, man, where am I going for eternity? He showed me. I just remember so many activities. It's just nothing but festivities and stuff. Just celebrations and everything. Okay, some of my things that I did up in there, I remember I was in a parade. You know what fireworks is? It was waterworks. It was like you just put water on it and then it just like some type of water sound and then fly into the sky just make some type of water. I remember waterworks like fireworks. I remember Egyptians up in there who were flying. I was in the city of gold. It was just so beautiful, the stuff that you never see. I remember I had a fanny pack on. It's just like you can do anything that you can just imagine. You can live with ants. You can live in, you know what I'm saying? And you can just create a castle. You can live in medieval times. You live in the future stuff that you never seen before. You know what I'm saying? That's how heaven is. I seen some angels with wings, and I'm not lying. I guess we warriors and everything. We were fighting, but it was like playful fighting, like warriorship and stuff. You know, it was like that. It wasn't like just no. It was just some stuff, man. This Lord is my witness. Everything that I'm telling you is real. And what else? What else? I remember I had a fanny pack on. The fanny pack, I had like 7 marbles in there. And every marble that I pulled out was a world that I could go to. I remember what I said. I'm like, where am I going to go to today? It was a straight little world that I picked up. That's how heaven is. That's how God, that's what God got for us. It was a little world, and I was like, man, I don't want to go there today. I'm going to go somewhere else. So I went, and you see the clouds in it and everything. It was like just something that you won't believe. You recreated in his image. And this is what he got for us. And I remember I seen like my ancestors, like the oldest thing back to my lineage. We was all on a mountain in the middle of nowhere, a big old mountain. Like, how we gonna get off? You can't even get off. You know what I'm saying? But you can jump right on the ledge. Next thing you know, you just go to somewhere else. So it was long tables. All the tables had diamonds. I mean, the cloths in the wood had diamonds and sapphire, every jewel that you can imagine. That was just everywhere. That flooded everything. Jewels, and nature flooded every aspect of everything. I seen a person with a diamond for a pupil. I seen a lady with a rose, and the roses was rotating in her eyes while the big roses rotating. Like, it was just like rotating, and the little roses in her eyes was rotating. Seen a lady with purple eyes for the brown part or the blue part, whatever eye color you got. I just seen a lot of stuff. Orange eyes. I remember a treehouse neighborhood, and you can look down and see like the animal running and the river running up under you, and you can just go anywhere you want to. It's just a place of infinite. I was infinite, and it was just too much excitedness. And I remember, what else? I remember it was a lady. She was big. She wasn't tall or nothing like that, like a giant, but she was big. Like, her arm was like 2 of my legs put together. And I remember she was white. She was Caucasian. She had on like a real light powdered purple dress. She had like jewels on. Everybody just covered with jewels. She had like vines on her. It was just weird, man. It was the world. It was just so, man. It just made my heart melt right now. Even what I'm saying is gonna be 100 infinity more times better than that. What else? The lady, she was telling me to drink from a pond. She was hovering over a pond, just floating real, just smooth. And she told me, like, drink from it. But she didn't tell me. She was just like, we communicated cosmically, if that's a word. And then, like, I drank from the pond. I remember I was, like, pushed in a pond or something. I don't know. So, like, jumped in the pond. Like, the pond had, like, bricks, blue bricks. And all the bricks had diamonds in it, which lit up the pond. And I remember it was underwater world. I couldn't believe I was in the underwater world. Like, we went to a swimming park underwater. Like, it was crazy. Like, you could be a mermaid, whatever you choose. You could be a butterfly. You could have butterfly wings. Wings made of blood. Wings made of water. Black feather wings. I remember I went back to the, like, you can go back in ancient times. You can do anything that you want. This is a home of infinite, man. We live infinite. We infinite beings. You just lay on the galaxy. You can lay on Jupiter. You can, like, it's something better than Jupiter out there. It was sports that I never seen before. We were in the middle of the ocean. It was a big old field with a stadium in the middle of the ocean. And I was watching people play sports. They was racing not killer whales, orcas. They were racing orcas, and I even got a chance to race them. It was unbelievable people up there with real weird features on them. Man, it was just too much. It was just like, man, it was just crazy. You can just be. It's like a jungle in your basement. It's like you can create a lion. Like, I want my lion to be black. So you just create him, and your lion to be black, like a just all black lion, you know. It was just weird, man. And I remember jewelry that I had on diamond shoestrings, no lie. I had on diamond shoestrings. I remember my necklace, it was diamond, like they was thin diamond, and it was a small little fish tank. It was a shark in there. I had a little shark in my fish tank. I'm like, man, dude, this is so crazy, man. Everybody had like supernatural ability, like you just like everybody was unique in their own way, and it was just like this up here, but it was unique. It was some cities that was fast paced. You go to some countries, and like I remember I was in some woods, and the woods was like lit up, like the flowers were like different colors, like that you wouldn't believe of, like pink flowers, and I think it's pink flowers out here, but it was just like rainbowish, like just a volume of it. You know what I'm saying? And it just like lit up the forest, and like everybody was out here, had light posts on the forest. You lived back in the day. You can big old cloaks and stuff, whatever you want to wear. You can put a cloak on it, be invisible. Just, you know what I'm saying? Meet people, interact with people. It's just like this down here, but it's just so much. What else? Like the forest was like just so beautiful. Everybody just walking past like a unique person. Like, I can't believe I just walked past him, and like you can talk to him, go on a journey with him, a quest or whatever. Like, it's just infinite. It was just so beautiful because we gotta live there forever. It's a world within worlds, man. It's not even a world. I don't know what to call it, man. It's just infinite. And I remember a beautiful place where we worshiped the Lord. It was like just nothing. It was just on the outside, on the outskirts of what you see, and it was just nothing. You just worship God, and it was like pink and purple mixed, and it was just like you just in nothing but space, and it just feels so good, and you just worshiping God. It just feels so good, and you just, I'm finna zap back out into the real world. Like, man, this world is nothing compared to that, man. I'm talking about, man, so beautiful. I'm talking about ancient Egyptians. You can live with them and see what happened. Like, you can like be on the side of Moses and look at him when he was on this earth. All the stuff that we pondered and stuff in our mind, we gonna really see that. Like, don't you know when you just want to ponder something and like, I wonder what really happened. You gonna see that. I remember I was walking through this valley, and on the left side of the valley, the right side of the valley, it was like a football field, like 100 yards. And on the outside of the 100 yards, oh yeah, but wood tree, big old tall, gigantic trees on the outskirts. And on the left side was a small house. And then I just opened the door. I remember I was in the house. The house was so comfortable. You just want to stay there all day. You just want to live there forever. Like, your time will be occupied. You know what I'm saying? We live there forever. You'll be occupied a lot. You just want to just like, I'm finna go. I'm finna look on the map. You just pop a map up. Map will be gold. Something like Fortnite or something. Just pop a map up and like, man, I'm gonna go live in Diamondville or something like that. It's real, man. It's real. And I'm gonna live there. So, you know what I'm saying? You tap your finger or something like that, and it just be a little thing. Just, it's like futuristic in old times and modern time, all mixed together, like cyborg type stuff. And you just tap the map and like, I'm gonna go there. And then it must be a smoke or something, like on your path to show you where to go, something like Skyrim or something. Like, it was just so beautiful, man. It's like just, and then you can just pop your hand out, like fire or something. Like, you just can do anything. I remember going to a school. The school was wooden, and the school had like some professors, and it was kind of like Harry Potter or something. And you go to school there, learn new stuff. It's just like your time will be occupied there. This is our real home, man. Y'all just won't believe what God got for us, man. He got a lot of more sense of humor than what people saying, man. I really seen heaven, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is infinite life, man, that he got for us, man. You know and it's so real, man. And what else did I see? I remember I was with Egyptians and they was playing this sport, and it was like a gold ball, and it was like they was in a pool, and on the left side of the pool it had like a little goal, and the right side of the pool had a little goal, a little circle, and it was a little ball that they was like controlling with their fingers, and they was like shooting it, making it, and then like trying to go to the other side and make it. And it was sports that you can't believe. It's stuff that you never seen. Like, dang, this is a sport. Like, when we go there, you can be backful to your most prime time, most useful time, whatever you choose, man. Man, it was just so beautiful, dude. I just can't explain it all. It was like cars up there. Cars is up there, like stuff that you never seen. You can be your creator. You are a creator up there. Like, you just create stuff. Like, man, it's just like, for real, you can create a school and go through the process and feel the process, like stuff like here, like what we wish we would have did on this earth. Like, you go up there and then you can just like, I'm gonna be a professor. I'm gonna set out to be a professor. And then you just go through the real process. It might be slow, I don't know, fast. You can make it fast, whatever. Do anything up there, man. Just, heaven is the best thing in the world. It was just so much beautiful stuff, man, up there. Like, I just can't believe, like, God, man, like, that's what you got for me. But to God to keep you on your toes, you know what I'm saying? He just showed me another dream, too, like the next day. And it was not right. To keep me on my toes to know what I'm fighting for. So he showed me, I think, hell or something like that. The lake of sulfur is the lake of sulfur. Hell is hell. I think hell is a kingdom. And I believe that's where I was at. And I remember it was just chaos there, man. It was beautiful, too. It was real beautiful there, too. I remember, like, on the merry-go-round, it was scary, though. It was, like, everything torturous. Whatever you think. And I remember I was on lily pads, but it was dark there. I was on lily pads, but you can still see it's, like, fire stands and stuff all around, and lights wherever you walk at and everything. It was just beautiful stuff that you can't believe in hell, too. But it was real chaos. And I remember, like, I was hopping on lily pads to get to this other side of this little bridge. There was some apartments, projects, shooting. I remember I went to get my hair cut there. Demons. As soon as you walk up in there, it was like, it wasn't a door, but it was like a curtain. The curtain was like yellow, but it was moving so much, it was torturous to your eyes, and you like hurt. And you was just everything torturous, and it was demons. I sat in the chair, and they had long, like fingers, but the fingers was sharp, and they was like chopping my hair, but they were hurting me, and I felt like in real life. And I ain't want to feel that. But yeah, back to heaven, man. That's the beautifulest thing, man. I really seen heaven. It's just so beautiful, man. Treehouse neighborhood. I can't believe I seen it. And it was people with leaves for wings. There was some people with not wings, you know. I think them different ranks of like angels or something like that. And every door is open. You can meet with people like, yeah, let's go to this beach. And the beach is just not like how you gonna think. The sand mess around be like diamonds or something like that. You can swim right in the beach, see mermaids, and just, it was just a city of, man, city of diamonds, man, dude. That's where we going, man. That's our heaven. I just want to let y'all know that was my little vision of heaven, man. Alright. It was like probably some more stuff that I didn't tell y'all, but I'm going to look at this video. But yeah, it wasn't my only dream of heaven too. Yeah, I remember somebody riding a polar bear, and the polar bear had a harness on it that you safe, and the polar bear was jumping so high. And I remember somebody just jumped off of it. I remember knights. You can be a knight. You can just do anything back in medieval times. In the future, I remember riding on in the, like a merry-go-round, but the merry-go-round didn't have no support. It was just floating. Everybody was just floating. And the highway was under there. And like clothes that you've never seen. It's just real nice, man. Festivals and carnivals, and I remember carnival, water parks. I remember water parks in Egypt, and it was like pyramids, and the water park was like in space. It was just weird. I remember cheerleaders. They had on red and white, and they was just cheering on this like a little hill. It was like a street right here. It was a street, and then the hill would go up, and they just cheering. It was a school right there, but it was like this. Some big old huge wall, but the wall was real space, and you could just jump into space, just ride on a star, do anything, grab chip a piece of a star off and just carry it around in your pocket, like just infinite, just like in your house. You could build a little house, and like I'm sleeping in my other house tonight. It was just, you know, it was just so infinite, man. And that's what heaven is like, man. I just had to let people know that. Peace.